Hello, humans? Is that what I call you guys? Or are you all Thargoids now? I've actually not been keeping track of the Thargoid thing. This, as you can see, is a motion sickness inducing video in VR. And I'm just thinking maybe I should turn the audio down a bit, so let me just get the controls connected by clicking on the window. So now I can turn the volume down of the game. Let's try that. Okay, so I apologize about the low quality of the microphone. I apologize about the motion sickness of doing this in VR, but this can't really be done in any other way but VR. So watch it if you're interested. Join me for the ride. I'm going to try and stay up all night because it's the holidays and there's barely any work to do, which is great for me. And I will try and get through every ship in Elite Dangerous. I have them all, of course. So we'll start with the Sidewinder. I've actually just moved all my ships here. So you can see that's Jupiter. Absolutely stunning. And look at it, it's right in alignment with Barnard's Loop. And yeah, I can actually see what you guys are typing over there. No one's joined yet, but that's fine. Whoa, yeah. So, I have basically stood up and recentered, which puts my feet basically on the floor, which is perfect. And I'm now standing in the position that I would stand in if I were to be a passenger in someone else's Sidewinder. And there is not that roomy, it's quite cramped, but I can definitely stand here. I'd probably leave my hand over here, and I can just look out the window and try not to fall over as the pilot increases the G's. And I can see quite well. Basically, I have a 360-degree view, so it's quite fun. One thing I've noticed, which I noticed while I was testing, is that this door is a bit slanted. So you might think it goes down as you go through, but it doesn't. If we walk through it... Wait, hold on, I just bumped into something. Okay, I think it's best if let's see. I'll reset myself like this. That'll give me the whole room. Okay, let's turn around again. So basically, here's the door. Now if I walk through it, it's actually flat here, and it has to be, because that's the planetary vehicle hangar. That's at least one of the internal compartments, size 2. So it's pretty cool that you can just see it. And you can also see the space for the engines as well. So if you're trying to work out how much space a Sidewinder is going to have when we finally get space legs, it's not very much. I can just about stand. I've got like a corridor here, it feels like. Maybe I can go a bit this way. And yeah, maybe it's like one sort of medium-sized room here. Then you've got the engines, all the compartments on either side, and then obviously this is going to be the exit. So let's do the external view. And I always forget the controls for this. Whoa, slow down. Okay, so let's see how close I can get. Not very. So if I can actually probably trick it. If I walk towards it, then I turn around, recenter, and walk towards it again. Don't want to crash into anything. And then recenter it again. 1 second, it's because I didn't turn around. Okay, recenter it again. This is really fun. I'm actually walking on the surface of Jupiter and it really feels like it. Oh, wow. Anyone who hasn't got VR needs to get it, and when I say that, I mean it. You need to figure out a way. You absolutely need to figure out a way. So, turn around and recenter. It doesn't work. Okay, so basically this is as close as I can get, which is close enough in my opinion. So, this door here must lead to the planetary vehicle hangar. If I go up, slow down. If I go up to say here, so I'm a bit confused about where the planetary vehicle hangar even is. This door is full size, in case you're ever wondering. Absolutely full size. Wow. Let me just check the stream is working. Lulu, you better not be playing with this cable. Psst. Don't you dare. Okay, is the stream streaming? Yes, it says it's live. I'm going to press play and just make sure the volume is okay. Oh, it says it's offline in one place, but it says live in another. How can that be? I'm going to just refresh it. Chat is still there. Oh, good. It looks like it's definitely running. Okay, I'm going to pause it. Save bandwidth. Right. Thank you for the distraction. So, now I need to click back into the game. So, alright. I'm going to basically stroll. Oops. What shall I do? Let's go back to the other side of the room. And I guess face this way. No, face. Face. I don't know. This way. Oops. Ah. Okay, good. Need a bigger room so I can walk further in the ship. Yeah, it's true. But to be honest, I can't really make a bigger room without getting more. I mean, I can't make rooms in general, so let's just not try and assume that I can. But even if I could, you can't get a much bigger room than this without more base stations. And I don't even know if that would work, because you'd have to kind of like piggyback them between each other. And I'm not even sure how many base stations you can have. The other problem, of course, is, there we go. The other problem is the cable length. And I don't have the Vive Pro's portable thing yet. It's quite expensive. Okay, so there are people here. Amoki, nice to meet you. Never heard your name before. If we have spoken before, I do apologize. 1 second. Did someone call me? Was it a cat? Oh my gosh, there's a cat right in front of me who I'm going to crush if I don't. Okay, hold on. Lulu, you have to stay on the chair unless you want to die. There you go. That was such a disappointed. No, 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 meow. Okay, maybe I shouldn't put in the air conditioning at her and then she'll stay there. How about that? Ah, it's pointing at me now. Okay, distractions. We've got much to do. So, I can get really close now. Look at that. I can walk right up to it. Wow, okay, so yeah, VR is really cool, in case you haven't ever done it. Ah, man. Where's Jupiter? I think it's hiding behind there. Yeah, you can see it, but I can't because I've got the chat window in the way, probably. Uh-oh. This is hard. When you change direction, your controls don't realize. Okay, so if I go this way, look at that. Sidewinder is pretty massive. Like, I'm at floor level now. Wow, Viper. And to be honest, so I'm at floor level now. Go away, blur. And I'm looking up what I would imagine is 2 stories easy. And it feels like it's about the length of a bus. It's that way at least. Now if we look at it from a different angle. What is that? Nope. If we look at it, say, from here, and let's see what it looks like. So, I'm going to recenter myself to make things a bit easier. Oh, it's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. I've already souped up the ship, by the way. I should show you some of the specs before we get out of it. Maybe I should just change a quick setting. You guys feeling sick? Or, I don't even know how many of you there are. Could just be me and a mucky. So, it would be nice if I could more smoothly go up and down. So, lift axis, should we call it that? Oh, that's much better. Okay, so I can go down much more slowly. A bit higher. Okay, now shall recenter myself. Oh, nuts. It's always going to happen, isn't it? Ah, if I do it like that, it won't happen. Okay, sorry. I just have to point out that this has been a very long evening. Doing fine, which, with all the movement so far, you are truly making me want a VR headset. Wow. Okay, I might actually give some tips about how to afford one. And not just like, oh, get a job, like obviously some real tips, because I can't exactly afford something like this, so I've had to figure out a way. I also will try and explain why the Vive Pro is just so much better and how it changes everything, literally everything. I'm really now fully, completely in a state of presence. And I just can't, can you imagine? I was just looking at Jupiter, like, look, as I move, everything else moves, but it stays still because it's so big. Okay, right, so let's walk towards this Sidewinder. Yep, I can still go. So if I go like this, and I turn around and I recenter. Ah, okay, so I can't really cheat it, unfortunately. I mean, I can cheat it as big as my room. It's not very far. It's just really, really cool. Oh yeah, okay, so there's the planetary vehicle hangar. Alright, that is the Sidewinder. Just a couple more bits of trivia. So this book, in case anyone was ever wondering, says Space Traders Flight Training Manual, Volume 1. That looks like a coffee, what's it called, a hot water thermos flask. And we've got something that's designed, I guess, to look like a door control, but I can see that they're reusing the DeLacy systems, supposedly, you know, screen tracking thing, but they're trying to make it look like I guess, a circuit diagram in this case. But we'll see this exact texture in other ships, and we'll be able to see more than just 23 to 27. It's like a first aid kit of some kind. Something else can be strapped there. Paper thin, unfortunately, but well, you know what? Actually, it does have a little bit of thickness, so that's cool. That's the first aid kit. This display tells me I'm going at 6300p. I don't know what that means. We can change the CLS and the RET and the ALS. I wonder what those mean. If anyone knows, please post it in the comments. It's not the same things as over here. Okay. And, hold on. Alright, I've reached the edge of my room. Let me reset again. So, yeah. Got a few pipes here, another little panel there. Whoa, what did I just crash into? Okay, I'm recentering myself in the center of the room. That makes sense. Here we go. Don't want to break my Vive Pro. Okay, so Rogarth has asked a question. Yes, yeah, the resolution is fine. I'm going to explain it now. Let me sit in the cockpit seat. So, basically, the resolution, I would say, when you do it the way I've done it, oh man, I've got so much to tell you. Like I've been deliberately like busying myself with this, and I haven't had time to even mention half of it. So, firstly, the FOV on the Vive is so much better than the Oculus Rift, and the Vive Pro has the same FOV. And what I've done is I've taken off the foam attachment that comes on it, and I've replaced it with the ultra thin one from the Oculus Rift from the VR cover website, which they sent me for free ages ago because they wanted me to YouTube it, which I did. Anyway, so, oh my gosh, it's 2 in the morning. Don't worry, we'll be here till like 6 or something. Are you guys midnighters, or are you from America or something like that? Oh, it's so big. Anyway. So now I've basically got, if I tighten it to the max, which I probably should actually, it will help with the wobbling. The lenses are actually making contact. The glass of the lens is making contact with my forehead. I'm that close, and I got massive FOV, and the resolution is so good that I basically can't see the screen door effect. I basically don't notice the pixels. And when I turn the super sampling slash HMD image quality in game, or as Steam call it, I'm throwing a blank, but you know, the Steam's equivalent of it, to 2x or even like 1.5x or somewhere in between there, the resolution just gets so good that I'm now fully convinced that I am wherever I am, and the aliasing just naturally goes down, if you know what I mean. And basically, one more thing I want to add is that the Vive Pro resolution, or at least let's call it the pixel density, because that's the most important bit, and combined with an amazing FOV, which is awesome, is good enough for Elite. Any more, and I would start seeing details that Frontier don't intend me to see, especially with regards to things that are outside the cockpit. Obviously not things within, but even things within, because they're so detailed, like it's very difficult to see the seams even from far away. So the resolution just is all I could ever need. Now my biggest complaint about it is the weight of it. I think it's really heavy and annoying. Although yeah, you can't just forget that it's on your head. You just absolutely can't. Like, there's always pain. You're always kind of readjusting it a bit. Maybe because I got it so, like, I don't know, close to my eyes. But that's why I actually take painkillers before I play, just to help dull that, so I can like add another hour to my play. And that's probably not something a doctor would recommend. The other thing is, you said about the glare and lensing issues. Yeah, so they haven't gone away. They don't bother me that much. My brain kind of like filters them out, or sees them as, like, I don't know, natural in a way. But yeah, so what else? East Coast, so a few hours behind me. That's 5 hours. 9 p.m. Yeah, okay, cool. So I'm like your evening chill. That's really cool. So let's look at some cockpits. Come on. So I just go through my ships in order. I did just move them all here. Just done the Sidewinder. This video will go up as an actual video on YouTube later, so you can catch up on that if you just arrived. So I've got 35 ships. That's a couple of rear. I've got 2 Sidewinders. But let's go to the hauler now and look at the cockpit of the hauler. This is exciting. I just literally moved all my ships to Jupiter. I'm on Callisto, I think. Is this Callisto? Anyway, let's have a look. Yeah, Callisto. I've decided that I want to stop being an Abraham Lincoln, because I got really bored of it, and it's got nothing there at all. Anyway, this is the hauler. So I've moved, yeah, I want to be able to see Jupiter. I absolutely am fascinated with Jupiter. It's so beautiful. Okay, so first impressions, really bright. I've turned off the shadows just so that we can, let's try turning the shadows on just so I can show you the difference. Basically, oh, let's return to the surface. I love doing that. So, hold on. When you turn the shadows off, the ship lighting kind of takes on a more natural tone, but there's no deliberate shadows from light sources. So, then again, the shadows don't have, James, come on, you know this word. Penumbra? Penumbras? Is it penumbras? I think it's penumbras. Alright. Anyway, so they're not that realistic. I turn them on low if I'm even going to bother turning them on, because at least they're blurry at the sides like they should be. At least for stars that are quite close, anyway. So it's kind of cool with the shadows, but I'm turning them off for like just studying the ships. By the way, it's very late. I'm a bit sleep deprived, so I may find it very difficult to choose my words. Okay, so there's a lot more room in this cockpit. I've got like sidestepping room here. Let me just recenter myself. So if I'm standing next to the pilot, I can be like leaning over here. You can easily have like 5 people in here. It'd be a bit cramped with 5, but you know, 5 people like could just sit around here. So that's cool. And I never noticed these windows. Then again, I barely use. What am I in? A hauler or an adder? So bad at this. These are like the two ships I never used. Okay, there's another way of looking at this. Hola! There we go. Alright, so we've got air conditioning over there. Those look like air conditioning vents. I don't need to describe it. The material is it looks a bit like the type of plastic you get in cars, like car bonnets and hoods and... I've got no words. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Nobody. How many people are here? Can someone tell me how many are watching, just so I can know? This door is massive. Okay, I'm right next to a wall, so if I recenter myself over here... No, recenter myself over here. What was that? And I walk over here. Why has it gone blank? Okay, so I'm not supposed to stand in that part of the room. Sensors can't see me. So let's go over here. Let's go over here. Yeah, that's it. So now, let's see if I can make it through this door. Yeah, I definitely can. So on the other side of this door is a lot of space. So I would imagine in order for them to pull that ladder effect off, you'd have to come out this door and then it will probably be a wall right in front of me, because I'd have to go around to this side. And whoa, yeah. Welcome to the biggest problem with VR. It's not that logical, unless you can somehow put it into a field. Okay, cool. So if I go through again, right. Oh my goodness. Oh, I see. It's because the pillow fell. I've got a pillow that blocks a mirror. At least one part of a mirror that my blind isn't actually blocking. So let's block that again. Sorry guys. You can see how much faffing is involved in VR, unfortunately. Just constant faff. But it's worth it. Especially a seated game, you don't have to do much faff. Ancien, just because you have to leave doesn't mean that I'm worried that you don't like my stuff. But thanks for the reassurance. Yeah, you can go. Sleep is important. Right, I'm going to try going out the door this way, because then we won't have that problem. Right, so this is actually really, really big. And of course it is, because it's a trading ship of some kind. So I'd have to go around initially, but we could have like a big lobby here. Just like a hallway. I don't know what that is. That must be one of my internal compartments. Or maybe one of my utility mounts. Maybe some other expert knows. But yeah, it's like 2 stories. There could be easily another floor here. Oh, look at that. And then over there, and if I step from side to side, I'm doing side steps here, just so you can see the parallax. That's how far away the planetary vehicle hangar is. I don't think I'll be able to reach it by foot. And then there's obviously more space behind it. So let's go outside. Let's center ourselves. And touchdown. This blurring effect is so annoying. So I'm over here now, so if I go like this. One second. If I go like this, let's see how close I can get. Alright, so I'm a little bit above the ground. I don't want to hit the blur zone. There we go. So I'm probably on the ground now. Now, just to get to where the ship begins is already nearly a story high. So let's say to that door is easily like one big story. And then above that door is like another story. So this is like a 3-story ship. Well, from the ground at least. 2 stories inside, maybe more. Let's go up and see if there's stuff I can't see. No, that's pretty much the top. So, yeah. This is, if I fell from here, I'd probably die. Don't know what that little nose is. Looks like 2 weird eyes and a nose. I know, I love frame shift drives. Look at that. Got a warning sign of some kind here. And wow. So I could walk under here without having to crouch, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Easily. I'd have to like stretch my arm up to touch the ceiling, although I can't actually show that to you. So I'm not sure how you get up to that door. I suppose a ladder must come out of here or something. Now if we go around... Oh, by the way, doing what I'm doing right now would make brand new VR users vomit within seconds. But you do build up an immunity. I can't even remember the days when I used to throw up, because it was like, we're talking DK2 days, like maybe 3.5, 4 years ago. 4 years ago, yeah, for sure. And I got through those days, say, within a matter of weeks. So then just a blur now. Wow, it is, you know, this is like a fairly decent ship. A lot of people associate it with the space shuttle, and I can see why. It's got a space shuttle-y kind of look, especially from there. But it's got like a ladder there and a wing. And let's see how close I can get. So I'm already at one end of the room. Oops. Oh, Jupiter. So beautiful. Let's look at the chat. Nothing. Okay, I'm already getting tired and we've already done 2 ships. But the marathon must go on. So let's see how close I can get. Ooh. Wow. So this ship is like almost as big as my house. Okay, that's the hauler. Center ourselves. Just see if there's anything else to notice. What's around that corner there? Dunno. Nothing. But at least they've textured it, so that's cool. Right, what's next? Ada, the one I always confuse with the hauler. Let's see how different it is. I think it's got 2 seats, so that's already one difference. Yep, 2 seats. Whoa! You know what? This is only a little bit bigger than my room that I'm in right now. So this is going to be quite fun. Let's see if I can keep the camera here. So, whoa. So these mug holders that everyone always like makes fun of are... That's a big mug. That's a bucket. That's not a mug. Yeah. Look, compare it to my foot, for example. See that? Oh. The texturing is just so good, you know, the mip maps and bit maps and bump maps and tone maps and all kinds of maps, I guess. I appreciate the hauler a lot more now than back in the day, especially in this scale. Yeah, me too. It's got a nice ceiling, I'll give it that. It's very like futuristic. When you're standing back here, one thing I immediately notice, you can't really see outside very much. So if I like say go up to the surface, whoa, okay, I'm tripping over something, hold on. Right, see if I can stand over here a bit more, be a bit safer. Right, so let's fly from the back here and see how easy it's to fly with such limited field of view. Yeah, this is quite scary. I have no idea what I'm looking at, but I think it can be done because there's so much space in 3D. So you just have to take things nice and slow and rely on your guides. As you can see, I can actually see the hologram through my seat. Not sure if that's intended or not. Only the hologram of the scanner. Interesting. So one cool thing, by the way, if you have got VR and you've never tried this, let me just show you something I like to do. Yeah, I can get there. So if I walk over to here, if you want to truly understand the size of cities and things like that, you need to walk up to a window inside a ship and look out of it. That's how you get a sense of scale. Do it with planets, do it with everything. Because parallax is such... Basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to fool your brain into, yeah. You need to like there's so many like things that go into fooling your brain that this is VR, like this is like a reality. It's trying to make you think that this is reality. And one of them is obviously the stereoscopy. So if I close one eye, you know, I have to like cross my eyes to see things closer and vice versa. Another one, really important one, is parallax. So look, when I walk across here, obviously the cockpit is moving underneath me, like relatively speaking, but the outside is staying in the same place. But if I look very closely, I can see that building well, maybe not that building. I'm actually really high, 400 meters up. And this is how you, like, have you ever noticed in Elite that when you ascend so fast, and before you know it, you're like in the sky, and it says you're like 2 kilometers up, but it just doesn't feel like it. Well, that's partly because the level of detail is quite bad, it's quite poor. The quality of the planet's surface is quite below what our brain requires to be completely fooled. Sit on the wing and fly. That's such a cool idea. I could probably do that with one of the cameras. So yeah, that's what I say. So I try and use parallax as well. Use the fact, get out of your seat and go to the edge and just peer down. All right, so I'm going to take up that suggestion and see if I can get onto one of the wings. Oh, one second. I thought those keys were already mapped. Let's have a look. No, stop moving. I'll keep moving, that's fine. This is really scary. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm trying to find the keys for changing camera. I thought I set them to those two. Where is it? Free camera. Camera suite. Previous camera, next camera. RT. LT. Ah, there we go. Okay. So can we get onto one of the wings? This might be okay. Yeah. Alright, so hold on. Stand in a good place. If I stand over here and I recenter, yeah, I can easily get out onto the wing now. Hold on. This is creepy. It's just letting me see through somehow. I've never noticed that. Is that because it's a debug cam? It doesn't do that out here. Okay, you know what? How about I just sit on the front? Okay, I'm actually sitting on the floor here. So, let's see how this goes. Oh crap. I'm gonna have to also do one other thing, which is request docking. I would absolutely love to do that. I think I've lost the camera. Alright, so how about this? I'm going to be like hovering quite high above it. But let's see how sick I feel piloting the ship from here. Oh, not very. That's pretty scary though. Can you actually land in debug cam? Let's see. Is the stream looking good, by the way? Is the frame rate alright? Is it skipping, jumping? I don't have shields. How about that? Okay, so let's just do a quick external of the hauler. Not the most beautiful of ships, so let's not waste any time on it. Right. It's got a nice behind. I'll give it that. Okay, so I'm facing the wrong way. I can't actually see anything. That's where you guys are. So I'm gonna turn around and probably stand up again. This is just such a cool game. Such a cool game. Did I say hauler? What am I in now? I don't even know. Okay, so I'm in the adder. Am I? Ah, seriously, who hasn't wanted to just stand on Jupiter? I mean, on Callisto and look at Jupiter. Oh, you can't exactly stand on Jupiter, so don't do that. I'm just going to stroke a cat very quickly because I have a need. Yeah, I know. I know. Lulu. I'm actually looking at her, believe it or not. She's actually right in front of me. I'm looking at her through the camera. I don't have to take the headset off. She's not in stereoscopic 3D though. So she looks very big because I'm very close to her right now. And she looks very far away because there's infinite depth. Right, sorry. Distractions are over for the time being. Whoa, dizzy. It's 3 AM. So this is Zorgan Peterson, as I can see it's written over there. In terms of height, I would say it's not as high as the hauler at all, in fact. It's about a little bit higher than Sidewinder, maybe. What is the adder even for? Like, does anyone know? What's the purpose of the adder? What is the utility? What is it designed for? I know it's kind of like a transportation vehicle, but what sets it apart from the hauler? I probably once knew, but yeah, that is long. That's longer than my house. So it's definitely longer. Actually, we didn't go through the rear doors, did we? I think that's something we need to do in every game. So let's find the longest space I can walk. I'm gonna stick my head forward this way. So, can I get it through this door? Let's see. Yeah, it looks like I can. Wow. Okay, I don't even know what those two boxes are, but let's go on the outside and see if we can spot them. See what they're under. I don't know what that is either. That looks like a lift or something. That box. Can I see the sides of it? It's underneath the lights, if we want to know. Maybe they're already starting to build the insides. There's the planetary vehicle hangar, or maybe, let's even see, does this actually have a planetary vehicle hangar? We'll have a look in a minute. So basically from here to whatever that is, planetary vehicle hangar or not, it's the equivalent of, like, let's say a boardroom, like a big boardroom, not a small boardroom. It's very far away. Sitting halfway up in a cinema, looking down at the screen. That is. Look, I'll do some 1 meter wide side steps, and you can see it's barely moving. So I like it. I like it. Let's see what we've got in this. So we've got no planetary vehicle hangar, and we've got no utility mounts. So those boxes aren't. They can't be anything to do with that. Let's just see what internals we've got, if anything. We've got a fuel scoop. That's it. Oh, cargo racks. Do you think they're cargo racks? Because it's got 2. And that thing at the top must be the fuel scoop. Let's go and have a look again. Can I? Where am I? Oops. Okay, no, let's not go and do that again until we have come all the way to here and leaned forward and clicked. And now we can go back through. So that supposedly is a fuel scoop, and that makes sense because they're usually at the top. And I guess these are cargo racks. Should we? I mean, they look exactly the same size, even though they're not. Should we sell one and see what happens? And in case anyone has said anything, butt sniffing. That's all he said. But I guess that's what I am doing in a sense, like, you know, metaphorically speaking. Okay, let me now stand in the middle of the room. Now, what ships, I wonder, has this place got? And what contacts? Just search and rescue. By the way, do you guys do this? Tell me if you do this. I think it's a really fun thing to do. Whenever I go to a system, and now this is Sol, so not quite the same, but I usually go and I look at every single faction. I see what they are. So, for example, political, democracy, I think, is another way to call it. So it's all democracy here, except the nationalists. No, they're also democratic. And I like to look at the states. So Sol is doing extremely well. I like to just gather information and try and get a feel of the place, because like this is a home for people, home for like billions of people, and every system is or isn't. Do you know what I mean? Like for the ones that aren't, I've got different things that I do. And yeah, it is a very fun thing to do. So there's 22 billion right now in Sol, nearly 23 billion. It's not as many as you'd think given the current rates of population growth. In 1,000 years, you'd think it would be quite a lot more than that. But whatever, I'm sure there's an explanation. Let's see what ships we've got available here. Nothing I could want. And an outfitting. So if I sell this cargo rack, let's just see quickly what quarter turns it's got. It's got some A's. Wonder how far they go up. Okay, we can check later. So, let's reset myself over here. Oh, they're still both here. Okay, I still don't know what they are then. I mean, let's see if they can say anything else about them. No, those textures don't even look like they're supposed to be there. At least the sort of the shiny, supposed shiny ones. But they're too matte, so they look like they're reflecting nothing but a bit of toning. Well, you can see that for yourself. So, alright, next ship. Butt sniffing. Oh, I see. So when you say butt sniffing, you mean kill warrant scanning and stuff like that? Or do you literally mean the sniffing of butts? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. It's all the same. Okay, so this, by the way, on Distant Worlds 2, don't know what ships you're planning on taking, but I've already set my heart on the Python. And one of the reasons is because it's got side-by-side seats. So I guess along the way, I'm going to also be keeping count of other things that have side-by-side seats and maybe consider taking them. But to be honest, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Python. Alright, shipyard. I think it should be the Eagle next. That's what. Oh, yep. Let's go for it. Could be the weapon mounts. You're right, I didn't even check. No, I haven't got weapons. I did check. Yeah, I've got no weapons. Yeah, maybe. That's very interesting. Okay, so Eagle. Eagle! What? Transaction denied. Oh, sorry, I'm doing it wrong. That's how you do it. I forgot where they are on the adder. Python is a good ship. Python is an amazing ship, but not only that, it's such a stunning cockpit. Yes, Rogath, we are in agreement. Okay. It's actually so cool. The app I'm using to be able to read what you're writing is called Daily VR. I paid £12 for it. It took ages to configure because it's not polished at all. This is not an iEagle. This is just an Eagle. All right, let's find out where I am. Oops. Whoa. Look, Lulu, stop playing with the cables. If you chew my Vive Pro cable, I will have a new pair of slippers within the week. I don't believe it, Lulu. You're lying. You are up to no good. I can see it. And your crazy, crazy eyes. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry, I just don't want my £600 Vive Pro to break. It's a bit more than that, actually. Okay, every time I do that, I get dizzy. But we're going to press on because we are the kings of so sleepy. Of commitment. Co-Paulet. Okay, so yeah, let's figure out a good place to stand. Lulu, stop looking at the cables with crazy eyes. Okay, so I'm going to center over here. No, I'm not. I'm going to center over here so I can take a step forward. I like it. It's shiny. Can you see that? It's all shiny, and that looks like polished steel. That looks like brushed steel. I think that's the correct phrase. Wow. Core Dynamics know what they're doing, don't they? And it's all like angular triangles and very futuristic looking. The outside is also pretty cool. Look at that. I made it green because I just want it to look like like an F12 or something. That's kind of what it's supposed to be, in my brain at least. Okay, so this space is actually really damn long. Really damn long. Like, I don't think I could get even halfway down it in my room. Yeah, that's as far as I can get, at least from where I had centered it. Probably get like maybe another 1.5 meters in that direction. Okay, so that's a unique texture. That one there. Let's see if I can get closer. I'm sure I can. We're going to figure out a way. Let's lean forward as absolutely much as I can over here. And then recenter. If I stand on the table, then I will be high enough as well, because right now I'm walking through the floor. But anyway, let's see. How far can I get? Ooh. Ooh. That's much better. So, look, that it looks like a drinks dispenser of some kind. Is there any way I can get a better angle? Wow! So it's pressurized at 12 psi. 12 psi. Can someone do me a favor and Google 12 psi in atmospheres? Thank you. Unless you know it, in which case just say. But no guesses, please. So apparently D1 is in that direction, but we're not going to be able to look to see what's beyond it. Unless I have an idea. Oh wow, standing here is so cool. That is so cool. Like, relatively speaking, it looks like you're pressed up right to the glass and you've got the best view ever, and you do. Because look, it's an eagle. Eagle! And you can just see everything and everyone and everywhere. 14 psi is normal. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Lulu, are you doing anything naughty? In fact, I'm going to kick you out. Because I just don't trust you to not die or destroy my equipment. Bye-bye. She's my space cat. I'd love to make her the Distant Worlds 2 mascot, but that's quite selfish of me, so I don't think I'll do that. Okay, how many people watching, by the way? Could someone check that and report back, please? Right, so this is my idea for going through the door. There is, yeah, this camera here is, I mean, it's pointing down. Let's see if, can I? Yes. I can, well, hold on. I can only tilt myself up a bit. That's fine, actually. If I can, let's say tilt myself like this. Now, all I need to do is do the recentering thing now, over here. Ready? Click. Whoa! Yeah, okay, fine. I solved the problem. What's through here? Whoa. Hold on. This is actually quite scary because it really is. I have to walk through a wall. And my brain literally just had like a whoa, what are you doing? Why are you walking into a wall moment? Oh, look at that. So shiny. It's so well done. I love computers. Yeah, so this texture is the supposed new one. D1, and then there's like a left and right button. And then what looks like a door. And yeah, this is definitely a coffee machine. Core Dynamics. We've got loads of little compartments with access to cables. Many a Star Trek episode comes to mind, people having to break into those to reroute power through the GPS conduits. from the life support to Scotty's bum. Okay, whoa. Oh, look, there's like a space in this door. Do you see that? Oh, this door's already ready to open. Can you see? It's got like its connection mechanism and everything on both sides. That's so cool. They actually bothered with that. Okay. Wow, the rib cage of the ship. Size-wise, this is bigger than I thought. So, however, that being said, I can only walk comfortably to here before the ceiling gets low. That's quite wide. This would have to be like a corridor that goes around this utility mount or whatever it is. Yeah, alright, I've decided these are like either utility mounts or hard points or whatever. And those are planetary vehicle hangar places, holding places, let's say. And we've got backwards lettering over there. No, it's forwards, turn for release. Yeah, that's the wrong texture. At least they tried. So yeah, we can make this into a corridor, but you can't really have any rooms until you go down. So there has to be a way down. Maybe even go straight down from here. Goes underneath the hard point. Who knows? But you're not going to have like... maybe you can have like some quarters there, and like a kitchen there, and I don't know, an operations room down there. But then the rest of the ship is pretty much taken up by equipment. Then again, you can have probably a big room at the back as well. Quite a big room, actually. This is actually turning out to be a pretty fascinating series. Right, so there's one thing I just absolutely have to do. So you're going to have to bear with me. And that is this. I'm going to have to lean forward. When does Distant Worlds leave again? Right, so it's actually a bit of a disagreement between me and Aramis. He just keeps saying quarter four, and I prefer to say quarter four, and then let's see what's coming next. And we're going to aim to try and leave. He wants to like say leave before 2019, maybe November, December, which I don't think is going to happen. And I think we're more likely to leave in January, February. But there's nothing been decided yet. Alright, so this is what I wanted to do. 6 watching, it says. Okay, cool. We're a little party. Wait. Yeah. So I just need to get a drink. All this talking is drying out my mouth. That was so delicious. Oh, that must have sounded disgusting to you guys. Sorry. What's 10? Oh, 10 viewers, cool. Welcome new viewers. What we are doing is, well, what the title says. We're having fun with VR in the cockpits. We're up to the Eagle now. I'm going to try and do all of them, although at this rate, it's very unlikely to happen. We're going to get through quite a lot, so don't worry. And yeah, this is just as cool as I thought it would be. Look at that. Look at that. Ho ho! Agreed on Jan. Who's agreed on Jan? Oh man, this is fun. This is so cool. Alright, let's go back in the beginning. Whoa! There we go. Have you ever really paid attention to the engine noises? There's so many layers on them, you know? Different things doing different noises at different times. and then zzz, and all that. And every ship has its own version of it and its own combinations. And there's commonalities between ships. So like all the Gutamaya ones have this really high pitch whee every time you boost. Oh, hello Jupiter. Hello Radiation King. Okay, what's next? What is next? Anyone want to guess what's my next ship? They're slightly out of order because I've modded some and not others, so the price has changed. Unfortunately, there's a delay, so I'm not going to be able to see your guesses before we get to it. But if you're right, you can pat yourself on the back. Oh, Type 6 Transporter. This is going to be cool. I've always wanted to really get nitty-gritty walking around. Yeah, we'll get to the Python. Whoa! Holy mama! Whoa! Wow! Whoa! Where am I? I'm gonna trip. Okay, recentering. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. Whoa, okay. So let's go this way a bit and see what we got. Yeah, this is the diagram I was referring to. Although you're right. Well, you're not right. You didn't say anything. I'm not watching live. I just got home to catch up, but it makes me want to VR so much. Yeah, you don't need to watch live. It's fine. What VR headset to use? You might be helping me spend my money. I'm using the Vive Pro. Welcome. All right, I'll give that tip I promised. Well, it's not a tip. If you can do it, as in if you've got a business and you can legitimately find a use for it in your business, then put it on your business account. My friend and I, we did that with his graphics design company. We're actually thinking of making a game, and that is all I'm going to say about that. And it's going to be a VR game. And this room is so big. So we bought it on his business, and we got tax off. So that saved us about £137 or something. And if you've already got a Vive, then you don't need to buy the sensors. So overall, you can buy it for about £600. And if you sell your old Vive headset for say like 200, then that's 460 net. That's basically what I spent, and we just took it out of the company money, so I'm just paying it off slowly. Anyway, not all of the stuff I just said could apply to everyone, but some of it can. And then the other thing I always say is that if you really, really want it, like, find a way. Find a way. That's what I do. I'm not rich. I just literally figure out a way of affording things, and I don't stop thinking till I figured out a way, or I do things like, like for example, my ED profiler brings me in a little bit of money because people make donations, and that all goes to contribute. You gotta find a way. Anyway, I'm probably making you feel sick I'm gesturing and my head is bouncing about like that, but you can't see my arms, so it's pointless. Is the Vive Pro better than the Vive for Elite? Worth the upgrade? Right. So what I say to everyone who asks me that question is, the Vive Pro feels rushed. It's a bit clunky, it's a bit heavy, it's got this big knob at the back that's designed to make it more comfortable, which in a way it does, and it makes it grip better, and it makes it easier to take on and take off, but it means that you can never sit on a chair with a headrest and, lean back, because it's like, it hurts, so it's really annoying. That's not the end of the world. It's a bit heavy, as I said already, and that kind of gets annoying. It's like massive as well. And as I say, the headphones are a bit crappy. So it's just overall, it just feels like really rushed. However, that being said, oh yeah, and they haven't addressed the lens flares and the God rays and all that issues. But then again, I don't even know if the technology is ready for that. Then again, some companies have done it, so who knows? The main problem is chromatic aberration. You need lenses that don't produce that, and believe me, chromatic aberration is not nice. ZK2 had it, and it really, really is distracting. Like in the peripheral vision, you get colors. So as I move my head across the sky like that, the stars will as they get more and more to the side, their colors kind of prism out. Chromatic aberration. Prisms that's what Newton discovered. So when light travels between two different materials that have different refractive indexes, they split up because different wavelengths come out at different angles. That was a nice summary. Anyway, getting off the point because I'm really tired. and I'm a bit like high, it feels. So what's the question? Is it better? So then again, as I said before, the resolution is so good, and for me the resolution is by far the most important thing. Even the God rays I can live with if the resolution is good enough. This resolution is so good, and especially if you have a computer that you can turn up to even, let's say, HMD image quality ×2, which I do in space, maybe not on planets, and especially not when I'm streaming. But once it gets to that level of detail, then that detail is behind the pixels. It's there for you to see, and because your head's always moving a bit, it really, it's as much as I need. That's all I can say. I've got a bit of aliasing that I wouldn't mind getting rid of if with a bit more pixel density, but it's I can see everything Frontier intended me to see at every distance. Like, I mean, yeah, you know, I'm not even going to say I literally mean what I just said. So this is it. So if you can't wait for that, if you want to see what this game is supposed to look like in VR, you want to see what VR can do, get the Vive Pro, but you're going to be spending a lot of money unless you have the Vive already, for example, like I said. If you can wait, then I'm pretty sure that they can come out with one that they didn't rush like this, just to get ahead of everyone, or wait for Oculus's one, although there's rumors that Oculus might be focusing more on the easy-to-get consumer, like, you know, the Oculus Go and phones and stuff, rather than the beefy stuff. So, anyway. Yeah, I think I've answered that question enough. Let's have a look at this cockpit. So immediately I can tell you that that is high. Maybe when you were in school, you had a gym where you'd have gym class and there'd be a rope that would be hanging from the ceiling and you'd have to climb all the way to the top. And it was really scary. Well, that's basically how high that is. It's as high as a gym. Really it is. That's 1, 2, like it's nearly 3 stories high at its highest point. It does slant. It's got big air conditioning, which I'm always a fan of. Probably ships like this run really hot. Whoa. Ow. Hold on. Alright, I'm going to have to loosen this a bit. I'm getting a bit of a headache. You spent months in Elite VR, yep. This space is not wasted. This is where you bring the party. When you're like hauling, you bring your family, you bring your friends, you bring beers, you know. Well, I don't know. That's how I imagine hauling. Trading. I've done a bit of it, but I don't like it. So beautiful. Okay, this door, by the way, is huge. This is easily a double door. This is like, well, apart from the fact there's a bit of a step, this is a hospital door that you'd have in a hospital corridor so you can get trays and stuff through. You've got a schematic shit and all these weird abbreviations. Eng probably means engine, but don't know. Canopy? Call is, don't know. Sys? Flame shift drive? I don't know. It says communications relay tested, communication systems online, drive unit system diag, and an IP address. I would have thought they'd have gone to IVP6 by then, but who knows. Yeah, Redis, I agree. You absolutely can. You know what? Actually, I don't agree. I'll tell you why I don't agree. It's not because you're wrong. And it's just because I've never played this game in 2D. I mean, I have, but only just because I'm doing something while, like, I don't know, outfitting or trading or traveling to a system, never to, like, just play. Like, if I'm going to play, it has to be in VR. So this is the only way I've ever known it, but it's like you cannot even look backwards, pretty much. Well, then again, you can with the camera suite. All right. Let's get back to looking. So you've got a little opening where you can see you can see a picture of some cables, but I assume they're supposed to be cables. It says do not access while running, but you can access it while jogging, I guess. Ha ha, puns. Okay. Right, signature 1 and signature 2 are different. No, they're not. One is the other one backwards. That is so cheeky. That is so cheeky. I can't believe, I feel insulted. I feel deceived. Frontier, come on. I know they're not moving, but you could have done more than just reverse it. Then again, this game's also made in a bit of a rush, wasn't it? At least some parts of it, because the amount of content they have to get with such a small team is crazy. Okay, Right, system diagnose online, system scan pending, system junctions. Ah, so this is not a jump route. I always thought it was like a jump route, but it's just core schematics overview. Lacon systems, alright, so I'm not going to be able to remember all this, but I guess some diagrams pertain to some companies. Lacon Industries. Alright, let's see if we can get through this door now. So I'm going to align myself over here. Stick my head forward, much as I can. Lacon bulkheads. Close whilst in flight mode. Really bad JPEG artifacts there. Well, it's not even JPEG artifacts, it's not compression. What's the word? Scaling down. Low resolution. Whoa! Wow! We're so high up! We're at least 2 stories up just by standing here. And yeah, the amount of room is, you can see it, it's obvious. If you've been here since the beginning, you can see that. Sorry, I just have to turn around. You can see how much more room a ship like this has. It's ridiculous. Whoa! I'm a bit far away. Cables are tugging at my head. Wow, I just got a glimpse of how big that landing hologram grid thing was. Wow. Okay, so everything here about 3 stories high almost. Like 1, 2, 3. It's just free space. You could have, and it's hard to estimate, but I would say that's the equivalent of, or on my road at least, which is fairly normal, I guess, for England. This is me standing at my front door, looking across my drive, then looking across my road, and then looking across my neighbour's drive to his door. Possibly, you know what, maybe even double that. It's a big, long distance. This is I wouldn't say a football field, but anyway, you can go online and look at the videos of how big it is. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, this is the kind of ship, like, if you just made every room, you could have like 3 or 4 houses here. You could rent out space. People could just live here, pay for rent, you know. Wow. Yeah, and from here the cockpit looks huge. Absolutely huge. It is wasted space. Okay, let's look at it from the outside. Oh, this is quite cool. The only problem is it puts me at ground level. 1 second. No, alright, so I have to do this. So, this is taller than I actually am, but anyway. Yeah, this is a big ship. This is a very, very big ship. Yeah, very, very big. It's quite gorgeous. And it's efficient, like the space is well used. It's a very square shape. Oh, what time is it? Nearly 3. Okay, I think I'll be going till about 5. Is that good? So maybe see how many ships we can do in 2 more hours. My head is going to be like, I'm going to have a permanent mask on. Wow, I'm really getting tired. Oh, Vive Pro Mk3, that's exciting. It's going to be quite a small cockpit, about the size of, a bit bigger than the Sidewinder, if I remember correctly. Yeah. This must be made by the same company as Sidewinder. It's got the exact same door. What company is it? Falcon de Lacy. Cool. So let's see what quirks they've got. So they've got some interesting screens over here. Got HP system. Is that H or an N? H. Targeting. This is cool, I never noticed all this stuff. Is this in the Sidewinder as well? I think I'm low on power. This says exit some number 0063201741. Hardpoint, hatch, HP systems again. The volume, I guess. And polished but yet rusty steel. This doesn't make much sense. I guess it's just dirty, not necessarily rusty. The headless man that follows me everywhere I go. Right, so let me go over here again. Oh, yeah, I haven't been doing this, have I? Ships like this, you can actually sit out. Wow. Like, when we're talking ship size, we're talking like as big as boats, you know? This is like a big yacht size. Very big yacht. Like, say, I don't know, £2-3 million yacht. You just sit on there. That's so cool. Ah, look at that. We've got a hard point with a place for cogs to roll up. That's really cool. And we've got a data link scanner. No, not data link scanner. The icing up sounded cool. I don't know what you mean by that. Sorry, mate. Oh, I see. Yeah, it did sound cool. I didn't actually reset, so let's do that then. Oh, wow. That's really nice. This is really cozy. Can you imagine, like, you had to go on like a really important trip to another planet, but you were stuck babysitting your son. So yeah, he was like sitting at the back here, like being really annoying. And like, come on, just sit still. We're nearly there. Hold on to the sides. That kind of thing. And then he'd be like, I want to see, but it's too high. And then he'd stand there and you'd tell him off. And anyway, let's not think about stressful things. Okay, so the leaning down doors, which I kind of like. I think doors should be like that, really. That's actually a really nice idea. And look, got some texture, artifact problem type things up there. Wow, the glossiness. The glossiness is actually really convincing in VR. Really convincing. As I'm sure people who have VR know. Is there an MK3? Is that the MK3? Yes, it is. Okay, we're going to step through the doors and see what we got. Okay. So everything below is unusable. Can in theory have something over here, but I doubt there will be. Maybe like 2 little rooms. They are like ceiling height for quite a ways. So, whoop, dancing around a bit. Yeah, I'm still ceiling height. So you could have a room like say coming up to here and then cupboards down there, for example. It's not going to be anything down there. So then, this is quite spacious. Like, I can't reach the ceiling. I don't think there'd be more than one floor here. Maybe like a little bedroom up there, just a bed. You can't even stand up. Then everything down here is like, you know, kitchen and control room and blah, 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 that sort of stuff. Then you've got the engines there. So it's small by the standards of the game, but don't forget, even small by the standards of the game is huge. And this one does have a planetary vehicle hangar. So it's really weird. I just noticed something. So that texture's the right way up. The BR133, 135 and all that, they are aligned with me, but that's not. And that is written backwards. No, it's not. No, it's not. But okay, alright. So that probably made you feel sick because I was doing comparing. Let's go outside. I love that effect, being able to see through. That's so cool. Okay, so let's go here. Sorry, I'm just trying to do that hack to get a bit closer. Thanks for your patience. Yeah, it's quite daunting to do this in VR. They are a lot bigger than a lot bigger than we imagine, for sure, for sure. This is as high as a house, including the roof. 2-story house, and yeah, as wide as a big house, a very big house. You know, like a 5-bedroom house, 6-bedroom house. Oh, the detail is awesome. And it's just so cool. It's such a cool ship. Got those little ladders and the black and the sleek and the glowing orange, and the doors look really cool. Let's have a look from this side. Okay, something needs to be done about that. That's the Distant Worlds logo being defiled. Alright, next. Got 2 hours, might be able to get through them all. How many watching? Someone update me. Okay, Dolphin's next. This is a cool cockpit, I remember it. We've got a carpet, just so you know, carpet. A nice looking carpet as well. Very. You can walk around barefoot. In fact, I'm going to do that for immersion because I'm actually walking on a carpet in real life. Wow. Thank you. So I don't know if you've noticed, but I've got a tool called ED Profiler, and it helps you make profiles for the game, graphics profiles that you can save and then apply before the game starts, and it will just take that combination of settings. It's very good for creating profiles that you can change. And I've just added a tone mapping tool to it, which lets you adjust the tones of the game. That's about as complicated as I'm going to get. It means that you can like adjust the brightness levels, the lighting levels of the image in different areas across different parts of, well, how bright the pixels are. So I can turn the darkness of the sky down, like the darker bits, like space itself, the black milky sky as they call it. I can turn that, make it even darker, so you can get rid of that annoying blue. Without dimming the stars, without dimming the cockpit very much. That's what I've done. I call it my Explorer's profile, but you can do so much more with the tone mapping. Like I've discovered a psychedelic setting, so you can make the whole game look psychedelic. And I'm gonna definitely make a video about that at some point. And there's also, I found a setting that's like a graphic novel. It's a bit cartoony, but not quite cel shaded. And it's got like that kind of noir feel, but in color. Okay, so back to the cockpit. Woo! Back to the cockpit. Let me center myself again. So, hold on. Just while I can reach this, let's have a close look. Don't want to hit my face over there. Okay, so don't know what that is. That looks like a factory. That looks like a hard drive, sort of opened up. But I doubt that's what they are. And it's got a Star Trek-y sort of feel. It's all very like white metal. Some kind of like really polished plastic. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, if you look in the description of this video right now, I've got a link to a tweet that I just made. It's like a 30-40 second video that just goes through those exact profiles that I said, the psychedelic one, this one in comparison to the default, and the graphics novel one, and I turn it into a graphics novel just to illustrate the point. Anyway, let's go back over here. I really like the circular stuff. It's almost like Gutamaya. I'm pretty sure this is going to be one of the last cockpits that I can get through the door, if at all. I can always try. Okay. Very soft edges. It's all very soft. You know, there's no sharp points. I love it. They've actually bothered to program curves. Dolphin dimensions 51 meters long. 51 meters. How long is a football field? Thanks, Paul. Yeah. Okay. Right. So, walking around my carpet barefoot. Do you know? I know I'm near a wall because I heard an echo of it. I'm developing my other senses. Ooh, what's this say? Oh, I need to rest my legs a bit. Okay, cool. Cover will come off in case of jettison. Replace if damaged. Got 2 fire hydrants. I think that's what they are. That looks like a storage container in Stargate or something, or in Doom. Looks like a storage container from Doom. And a There's not much else to see here. We've got like some weird radar thing over there. That's still, of course. The field dimensions are within the range found optimal by FIFA. So half a football field basically this is in terms of length. That's really cool to know. So 100, let's say 100 meters of football field. Thanks for the research. You are definitely adding to this stream. Okay, let's see if there's any way I can get through that door. Because I'd love to know how big the Dolphin really is. Whoa, what did I just step on? Oh yeah, my flip-flops. Right, so let's lean forward as absolutely far as I can. Oh, and I can always try using one of the debug cams to get through the door, so let's be a bit more optimistic. No, this is going to be at my limit. I might be able to put my head through. Let's see. Oh, yes, I can. Unfortunately, there's a big leg right there, so there's not much to see. If I go to the side, how much to the side can I go? Okay. That is something, huh? It really is. Hold on. Alright, you know what? Let's try the other trick. Whoa, it just suddenly dawned on me how big this bloody cockpit is. And it's so cozy as well. It really is. Those pink walls. You know what? My office has got like pink patches like that. Not because I did it, but because I liked it. I kept it when we moved in 6 months ago. 8 months ago? Yeah, 8 months ago. It's so cozy here. It really is. It's such a nice little room. Like you could put, I don't know, a couch here and a TV, and then I don't know, like a little bed there, like or whatever, hammock. It's so chilled. Shall we go and have a look at the fire hydrant somehow? I'm not going to be able to get to either of those, so let's recenter and see what we can do. Okay, that should be reachable now, fairly. Okay, so yeah, it's a fire extinguisher. And texture goes further than you can see. Alright, so let's use the debug cam to see if I can get properly through that door and try and measure the size of the Dolphin. How many passengers can it really take? And I love the cockpit. I love the field of view. Look straight up. Am I making you feel sick? I probably am. Sorry, I'm getting a bit carried away. Right. I think this is the one I need. Let's see, what can I do? Yeah, if I go right down. Right, we're also going to have to go as far forward as possible. So, if I go right down. I need to go even lower. Yep, this is it. I'm now at the right height. And here's the door. I've still got loads of room. Okay, so as far as I can see, let's say that the whole top is just one big long room with seats on the sides and maybe like a bar in the middle. It's about... Let's see. Right, that's as far this way I can go. So, let's go all the way to the other side of the room. Okay, so I got halfway. So that means my room's 4 meters wide. Is it 4 meters wide or 4 meters long? 4 meters wide. So it must be about 8 meters of usable space in width. Now you can see, you can have like a corridor down here that leads up somewhere, but you can't really have like rooms or anything. And again, if that's the corridor, you can have some pretty narrow rooms. Oh, I'm not even at this end, am I? Okay. it's big. It's not, you can't have a pool up here or anything, but you can definitely have maybe different rooms for different things going on, like a gambling room, like viewing ports on the sides. Yeah, it's really cool. Let's have a look at it from the outside. Whoa. Alright, I can see why they call it the orca. The dolphin, I mean. Doesn't look like a dolphin actually, it looks more like a whale, but I'm not a marine biologist. Right, as I was saying, if you want to increase your... nope. Yeah, me too. Alright, so remember what I said before, in order to increase the sense of 3Dness, you need to do some walking around. Basically just going to walk up to it. It's so funny, I can see your chat window hovering right in front of me. Almost attached to the ship. So... oh, man. Yeah, it's like approaching, not a ferry per se, but a massive yacht. There's a hatch that opens. Okay. I have not prepared any kind of screen for pausing, so instead I'll just put the Oculus Rift down, pointing at something nice. And when I say Oculus Rift, I mean the Vive Pro. And I'm going to take a 3-minute break, get a drink. Hello humans, I am back. Back in the saddle again. Oh, this is very nice. Okay, Paul. Wow. Oh, I can't tell you how amazing and beautiful and awesome it is. I wish I could just like tell you where I live and have none of you murder me. Like, you could all come round and just try it. It's an experience that, like, you know, I would pay for an hour of this. Like, I'd pay like 20 quid just for an hour of this. Maybe I should start doing that in my neighborhood. What if I said I was a guide? I would say hi. How you doing? How's that going for you? Okay, I'm kind of like swaying around because I'm feeling drunk with tiredness, and I've probably said that enough times. By the way, have you ever explored this type of base on an SRV? I need to scratch my forehead. Give me a second. It's going to be loud. And then there's an itch. Okay. So what's the next ship? Can anybody guess? Ah, hi, friendly human. Ah, hi. Okay, so I think the game isn't selected. That's why my control's doing nothing. Yeah, it's not. Okay, now it is. Alright, goodbye beautiful cockpit, but there's more to come. I might actually stay up till 6. Let's see how you can get through. Cobra Mk4. Okay. Why does he have a Cobra Mk3? Oh, it's way up there. And I've also given away the next few. Alright, Cobra Mk4. Ooh, nice and dark. Nice and dark. Can someone tell me? I think I know the answer to this now, just by looking at it. But which manufacturer makes the Python? I know I should know this because it's my favorite ship, but I'm just so bad at stupid details like that. And I didn't mean to imply the detail is stupid. I meant to imply the fact that I'm angry at the fact that I can't remember stupid details. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Is the Python made by Falcon de Lacy? Because I think it is. In which case, these are definitely sisters, you know? Side by side, which is what I've been looking for, so I can go frame shifting with my wife. Whoa, that sounded... Never mind. We've got some main news entertainment over here. Wow, the main entertainment is that our SysOS is online. System operating system? Navcon, Navsys, Falcon, FDL. What is FDL? Frame Dift Schlive. Paul. The FDL con is offline, and so is the FDL sys. And the Navcon needs calibrating. Okay. So, yeah, it's got to be a Python sibling. Yep. Do you say Falcon or Falcon? Whoa, what did I just kick? Why is my wife's chair just sticking out for me to kick? Because I'm so stupid I didn't put it away. Also, I've turned the lights off. Oh yeah, one of the reasons why it took so long is when I took the Vive Pro off, I discovered that there was a wasp in the room, so I had to safely dispose of that. Sorry. Right, I'm with you. So, yeah, this is a big ship, width-wise at least. And we can definitely see lots of space, lots of different rooms you can have in it. Not that big a fan of the cockpit, to be honest. I like the Python, but I don't like this. This feels dirtier and more, like, industrial. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's darker though, so it's one saving grace. Let me show you what I mean by that. I'm actually going to launch. Should I launch? Yeah, why not? Problem is that the sky's really bright here because of the atmospheric dust. Okay, so watch this. If I go to options, I'll turn the gamma down to compensate for this atmospheric dust. And I'll turn shadows on so that we don't have artificial lighting inside the cockpit. And I'll show you what I mean. Now, if I turn off the... Why didn't it work? I pay for this to work. And it is not working. Why? Oh, gosh. Right, it's not going to work. That's so annoying. Actually, I can make it work. 1 second. Can I make this one work? Nope. Right, so if I just do it manually then, just for now. Alright, so apart from a bit of glowing, it's dark. Look at that. It's like really, really dark. This is perfect for exploration because your eyes just adjust. And Jupiter changed quite a lot since we started this video. There's no way it could have changed that much. Alright. Yeah, this makes a difference. More on that later when we get to the Python. Another reason why I love the Python cockpit. So, ooh. Controller went off. Maybe I'm running out of battery. It's alright, got backups. Right, turn the gamma back up. And let's land again. Like we did last summer. Wait, it was only gamma on max. Oh, look at that. The thrusters are pathetic. Oh, look. Found a little outpost. Oh man, the scale of this game. Yeah, let's have a quick flashback of something we said before. Especially for those that weren't there at that point. Let's just make sure I've got room. Yeah, I should have room. So don't forget, if you've got VR and you want to appreciate the real scale of things, especially the height that you can get in a ship very, very quickly, it's always good to come to the window and look out, as well as feel the parallax. So you've got the depth. So the depth stands out more when you're close to something, and the stereoscopicness nature of VR kicks in. But then also you've got the tracking aspect of VR, which gives you the parallax and helps you really, like the way that planet just stays still relative to the ship as I step from side to side, really brings it out. Do it with planets, do it with bases, do it with hills and mountains, and just generally, like if you've been spending a bunch of time on the surface somewhere and then you take off, go up like 500 meters, a kilometer, and then do it. It doesn't work so well in this ship because it's a bit of a fanned out ship. But yeah, okay, so what have you guys been saying? Falcon to Lacey do make my favourite cockpits, my favourite being Crate Mk3. Oh, Crate and Python are the same. A Crate is a Falcon to Lacey, that's pretty cool, I didn't know that. I like the Crate, but it's got a couple of problems that mean that I'm not going to be taking it on distant worlds. But if we get to it today, I'll tell you about them then. Right, you know what, I'm not that excited about the ship, so I think I'm going to land. I can't boost. Oh yeah, land again. And then let's go to the next one. I've actually had to turn the graphics down a little bit because I want it to be smooth for you guys. Corvette. Yeah, so you know what? I actually do like the crate cockpit for soloing. It's just not for traveling with my wife, who'll be joining me hopefully on distant worlds. Uh-oh, I've lost control. Why have I lost control? Oh, Steam decided to pop up. I love how your life just gets jeopardized like that. Jeopardized? Is that a word? Doesn't sound like a word. I think it is a word. Jeopardized. Yeah, trying to land it. Gonna have the Cobra Mk3 song in my head for the rest of the night now. What's the Cobra Mk3 song? Yeah, Corvette, the seats are so far apart as well from each other, you don't feel like you're together. But Okay, you know what? I'm being too judgmental because I'm trying to only think in the context of distant mods too. But there's so much I like about that cockpit, so let's see if we can get there tonight. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to try and to make this series as complete as possible. So I think once I've landed, I will just do a quick inside body inspection and stand outside it. But I'll make it very quick, and then maybe we can compare some details to the MK3, which I'll do next. Oh man, yeah, do the parallax thing with those buildings, because it helps you really fathom that that's a building out there. That is a building. And as you can see, there's a little bit of parallax inside it as well as I move. So the brain is utterly convinced. Cobra Mk3 by Commander Beaumont. I like the con as it feels like a real ship bridge. I love the way they've upgraded it as well. Yes, I know what you mean. It does have that feel. Everyone's right at the front and there's a lot of space at the back. That's the weird thing about it. If it had like if the cockpit, there was like a seat, you know, like a Captain Picard seat. That's what I mean. Oh man. Shotki. Reformation. What type of base is this? I told you I like to gather information about my surroundings, and if I'm going to be moving here, it might be worth it. If there's a quick way of getting to a city, can someone just tell me? That'd be great. Thank you. Those are all my ships. And pretty much in the order that I bought them. Oh, I don't have the Alliance Challenger. That's the only ship I don't have. So this can't possibly be a complete video. Well, maybe we can get one by the end. Then again, it's getting pretty late, so. Okay, so it's a colony. Oh yeah, we already knew that. And it imports surface stabilizers. I don't know what they are, but I don't know what things that stabilize you to the surface or whatever. Grain, they need grain because they like to make bread. And clothing, because, well, who doesn't like to wear clothes? Am I right? They make limpets here, and hydrogen fuel, and bio-waste. And they don't like nerve agents, combat stabilizers, narcotics, tobacco, bootleg liquor. They don't like tobacco or narcotics, that's a bit of a shame. Okay. Well, you know, I don't even smoke, so I don't care about the tobacco, but neither do I do. Okay, you know what? Forget it. Bootleg liquor, personal weapons, battle weapons, landmines, and any form of slaves. Very good. This is a pretty cool planet, by the way. When you land on it, it's got a very real feel. Like, these splotches really look natural. And there is this little thing here, which, again, it looks very natural. We've got these radiating, like, areas. Okay, back to the task at hand. Has anyone said anything? I meant lift, not life. The most recent planet update made such a difference. It made yeah, it did make a massive difference. I still have still can't wait for them to improve the detail a bit, up close detail. Okay, so we're going to do oh no, we're going to look around the cockpit now. So let's find that camera. This one. Oh, we're already through it. So let's have a quick peek. It's quite hard to see this one. So not much room for people. Yeah, pretty small inside on the inside because it's so flat. Do you know, I don't get the Cobra Mk3 that much. I use it for mining. I don't know what you guys use it for. I think it's a pretty decent miner. Like, if you want to have several different sites you mine at, you can just buy like a small fleet of these and just spread them out in those places. So next, Cobra Mk3. And then we've got some Imperial stuff. That's going to be fun. Although the core dynamics is Imperial Eagle. That's going to be nice to see if we can spot the blending up close. Oh my gosh, it's exactly the same, just dirtier and less colour, you're right. It's just black and white. That feels dodgy. I feel conned again. Alright, you know what? There's absolutely no reason to look around this cockpit. We've seen everything. I'm not going to do it again. Let's at least look out the back though. By the way, I really look like that in real life, except when I was 20. Bit fatter now, but aren't we all? Yeah, I can't see any differences. We can look on the other. It even feels the same size. We can get quite close. Whoa. Okay, it's pretty wide. Right, am I in a good place to reset? Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh. There you go. Nope. I'm being confused. Here. There we go. So now I can walk up to it and side to side it. I'll give it one thing. It's wide. It is very, very wide. So, yeah. It can have... Oh, that's why the engine's so big. It's got such a good jump range. Oh my goodness. And yeah, you can see the extra width is where the extra storage space goes. Very cool. Let's look at it from the side. Oh, man, it's so big. It's like, my score was like a wide score. It's reminds me a bit of that. I've got a very dry throat. Oh. Alright, we're going to have to go to the surface. I'll have a drink while we're going up. And I brought a straw this time. Where is my drink? Don't tell me I didn't bring it in. Oh man. I'm very forgetful. I have ADHD of some kind or other. So yeah, let's look at it from outside. Wow. Okay, it's now my favourite ship to be outside of. Every time I see that, it's so nice. It just looks, it's so convincing, you know? You know those buildings are like higher than the Burj Khalifa. First I didn't believe it, but then I really analysed it up close. Yeah, they are big. I think they're like 2 or 3 kilometers tall. Future. Oh, I see. So Jupiter hasn't changed. It's just that this planet brightening is a thing. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. And what about from here? Less striking from here. Alright, next. Let's get on to some Imperial stuffs. Asp Scout. Diamondback Scout. Okay, I was wrong. We got some Lakon stuff first. Anyone here? Where are you? Oh, you're here. Nope, nobody's here. Is anyone here? I don't care if there isn't. I'm actually more excited to have this long video. Oh, look. I can actually... Yeah, this is a cool cockpit. It's very cool. I mean, that floor looks exceedingly uncomfortable to walk on bare feet, which is how I normally walk. But it's nice and big and very bright. Good lighting. Maybe no one's here. Maybe I'm all alone. Shall I look? Shall I look? Oh, I can see how many people are watching somehow. Where is it? "12 watching. That's not bad. If you don't mind, though, I'm going to go and find my drink. So, just bear with me 1 second. Thank you. Hello everyone, my fellow humans. I am back. I have sorted myself right out. I have. Okay, that's the same door as the Type 6. So Lacon, yeah, Lacon. That's it. All right. I think everyone should know by now what all these things say. There's the bloody reverse thing. Fire extinguisher, access to systems, blah blah blah. Maintenance not accessible while engine is running. And that's a pretty bare bones front section, dashboard, let's say. And yeah, it's 2 stories high over here. And we've got a downstairs in this one as well. Let's make sure I'm not going to die. About to walk into my computer, but whoa, that looks really cool. I feel a lot of presence right now. Okay, so now I guess the goal is to get through that door. So here's the downstairs one. Bit low, but I think this is actually going to work. I've got room to walk in that direction though. No, I don't. So let's switch to this way. That's better. You're right up there. Oh wow, this is a good way to see down. Uh-oh, I think there's a mirror reflecting over here. Can I get through? Put my head through. Oh, it's a big one. It's a big one. That is massive. Can you see those 2 fans right at the back there? They're so far away. And they're like 2.5 stories high. So just think how far away they must be. Yeah, so the Asp Scout, which is smaller than the Asp, I think, isn't it? This is the Asp Scout, sorry. As proven by this guy here. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I've done that. I've done that. I've literally done exactly that. I was flying about on it was one of Saturn's moons, but I can't remember which one. And someone teleported to me, and I was just giving them like a joyride. But that's what multi-crew is, joyrides. Yeah, it's very, very big. So even the smaller one, that's what. Yeah, thank you for bringing back my chain of thought. Even the smaller one is enough to like live in. That's why we take them out to a place like Beagle Point, because you can have easily, I don't know, a mansion's worth of rooms in there. I sometimes use the Horizon Cam, but I find it breaks my immersion and doesn't make me feel sick. So, but it's kind of annoying because it makes it harder to like enjoy the view when you haven't got the Horizon fix, because you can never quite know which way up you are and all that. All right, I think it's time to have a look on the outside. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm a bit low. Let's try that again. Wow, I'm really close though. See if I can use that to my advantage. If I get down here, what I'll do is this. Oops. Yeah. And then I will get down here. Look straight. Oh. Oh, hold on. That's the wrong way, isn't it? Actually, I can just turn around. Oh man, my legs are aching. I can't even get up. Well, I can, but I'll just give a quick rub to my ankles. Place is pretty big. Those doors are not real size though, just so you know. I've gone up to them in debug cam back in the day when debug cam could get there without going blurry. I walked along those. Those doors are like half size. That's another con. It's all a facade, none of this is real. Elevation. Speed. I lost the control bindings recently. It just suddenly thinks that it's referencing something that doesn't exist. It's so annoying. So I've had to set them all up again, and I've probably missed quite a few things. I really can't wait until this game's finished. This game is like just waiting to be awesome. I mean, it's really awesome, especially in VR. And their commitment to VR makes me very, very happy. Okay, so let's stand up now. And look up at this gargantuan ship. Bloody hell. 17 meters high, yeah, okay, fine. The average story is what? 3 meters high, let's say? No, less, 2.5. So that's nearly 6 or 7 stories high. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe more like 4. I don't know. Maybe 5. Maybe I'm just not a very good judge of height. Let's walk around a bit and get some power. Whoa! I nearly tripped because I was expecting a sudden jolt. Oh my gosh. If I owned something like this in real life, I would just be so happy. Look how cool those engines are. Look how cool, how big it is, and that metallic shiny effect is awesome. This is called butt sniffing, as it is called. Yeah, from the side it's hard to see the size because it's such a weird shape, and it tapers away. Okay, next. Diamondback Scout. Haven't been in this cockpit for a while. My old office used to be about as wide as this, so this office is going to be a lot better. I'm going to be able to get right to the edges. Okay, so this is exactly the same as Diamondback. Though that bit looks a bit unrecognizable. Yeah, this is a very good ship for walking up to the window and gazing out. In fact, I think I'm going to do that now. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to save some time. Let's get to some of the bigger ships already. But what a great place. Look at that. You just go to the window. Just look out. Just like you would. You know? Just like you would. It's so nice that there's a company that has invested the time and effort to make these wonderful, wonderful cockpits for us. Don't you think? Oh, look, an orca. Goodbye, orca. We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, sailing through the skies. What is that? Viper. I wish I was one of those people that could, like, the very instant or the first photon from the ship reaches my eye, I could be like, oh, it's a Vive Pro Mk3. I know there's no such thing, but wow, look at that. Bet you those are actually really huge. This game really messes with your sense of scale. Oh, look, this has got a serial number. S9267X973. The attention to detail, look at that. Uh-oh, we've got a hovering texture here. Can you see that? This is fantastic. Oh, you've got a pipe inside a pipe. This is like a ship that's got a bit more detail than usual, you know? Definitely a bit more detail than usual. Let's go to the other side and see what we got. This is a really cool ship to actually go on distant worlds in if I go by myself. Because it's just, I can always walk the full length of this cockpit, which is awesome for immersion. Well, maybe not this way as much, without readjustments. Close, yeah, we already read that. Alright, we're seeing repetitions now. Okay, so let's see if we can get through that door, which I'm sure we can. Easy. Oh, whoa. Look at that, there's textures there. Can you see that? That really helps me sense how big this is. We're really, really high. But assuming that that engine over there doesn't require much more depth than this, then it's got a very big area back here. Maybe I exaggerate. Wait, what ship is this again? This is the Diamondback. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so 2 floors. And maybe 1, 2, 3, 1 or 2 rooms. 2 or 3 rooms on each floor with a corridor, say, in the middle. But then again, you can, yeah, whatever, I don't know. Quite a big ship. But as we have learnt, yes, me too. As we have learnt, the, where am I? Oh, I'm underneath. Wow. Such an unusual design, you know? The only thing that makes it look weird is the way the engines point down. What's that? It's kind of cool concept, you know? It is such a cool ship. Alright, let's standing here and looking forwards to the cockpit. I just love doing that. It really helps you feel how big it is. Like, this is what you'd see when you first walk into your cockpit. You know, when you first buy your ship. Let's have a look over here. LBSO4. Okay, there's something going on. Oh, I think I need to just recenter myself. Oh! No. This is really cool. Just being able to come under here. If I can recenter this, I'll go all the way to the floor and recenter. Uh-oh. That didn't work. Okay, never mind. Let's just... This is cool, being right next to the engine. Oh, you don't understand. This is more than I ever dreamed of. This is like... Makes me so happy. I know I don't sound it, but that's because I'm half asleep. Yeah, I know that. Alright, so Diamondback Scout dimensions 39 length, 24 width, 12.3 height in meters. I would say may lower unexpectedly. Ah, you know, to me that is right there. And I know everyone in every VR video ever says that, but I don't think they've meant it as much as I have, unless they had the Vive Pro. It just changes everything. And because the graphics settings are so low, even though with the high resolution, I'm still getting great frame rates, and it's just there. And Jupiter's all the way over there, and I can tell it's far away. I can tell it's far away. Okay, that was a little James moment. Okay, next. Actually, this is a ship I do want to see from the side, so... Come on. Oh, it's like a little Beetle version of the Diamondback Explorer. It's like squishy, squashed, stubby. Can't think of the words. Can't think of any of the words. Alright, finally, an Imperial ship or two. Good to Maya. Good to see ya. Haha. Do you want to hear a science joke? In biology, you say knock knock. Who's there? Stomata. Stomata who? What's the matter with you? Alright, so there we go. The core dynamics, triangles and metals and pointy bits, but whitened to give it a good Maya flair. Look, is that the core dynamics logo? I don't know. I don't think so. Wow, my bobblehead's shininess is really convincing. Look at that. Yep, it's really convincing, and it's actually got a bit where it's a bit smudged, so it doesn't reflect as well. Can you see that? That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. And that's the same. I just realized the cockpit's pretty much identical, isn't it? If that's a drink maker, then I'll be very disappointed. So let's have a look. Ooh. Yeah, the Good Samaya chairs are awesome. I've never actually looked at one in detail. It looks a bit creepy. It looks like that looks like a spine. It's trying to mimic a spine. Like, and this looks like it's trying to mimic legs and that looks pneumatic, hydraulic. And it's a great place to put some books. Duffel bag. Oh, the underside of the steps are textured. Wow, that is scoring. That is a good point scoring thing for. Wow. What are they called? Frontier. This is a ship that's like nice to see the outside of. Look at that. That is sexy. That is really sexy. Okay. This is the one I want. And yeah, it's a coffee maker. Alright, so we've already seen this cockpit basically. Ooh. Yeah, it's pretty much identical. It's just slightly different on the outside. I'm not going to bother with... Well, I'll just have a quick look at the back. How about that? Yeah. Okay, the back's different. So that was worth it. Oh, maybe I should do it like this. If I go all the way over here and center it, and then I can go all the way over here, which is still nothing because it's so big. Did I put that spoiler on? No, I can't have done. Wow. Thanks for the dimensions, bro. I won't read them out, I'm too tired. Okay, next. Imperial Courier. This at least is going to be a Kutamaya specialty. No core dynamics influences. Oh, the adder and the hauler are Zorgon pieces in. That's cool. You didn't explain what button sniffing was though, by the way. See, I've never really liked that. It feels like so unnecessary, do you know what I mean? And again, I don't know, it's almost as if they could just taper that off and then I'd have a better field of view. The circular bits are cool though, although they do get a bit boring. It's a fast, you know, it's a fast, I hate it when he does that. That's so creepy. I'm so tempted to just put my hand in that little slot. Feel it. Wow, the level of detail is amazing. I actually feel like that's there. This additional pixel density just makes all the difference. Whoa. So cool. Sorry, I'm having fun at your expense. What does this say? Pump A, pump B, pump rear. Tune. Is it a radio? What about all these? This is all quite unique. I don't think I've seen this yet. Then this is good to my server access. Pull. This is different than on the other side. Nice touch. 10A, 35F, AR5. Amplitude frequency, don't know what the AR is, and it's a really random drawing. Tick. Okay, that's really cool. It's got lights on the floor. Alright, let's oh, that's good. Okay, we're gonna have to crawl on the floor. Actually, I can always just do this. Yeah, that's better. Although I should have done it a bit closer to this side. Okay. No, don't do that. Oh no, that's fine actually. What am I talking about? Caution, hot surface. It's nice and big. It is nice and big. I can't reach that ceiling. I'd have to jump. That's a massive door. Medi. Cool. Discharge 87E. Discharge 87E. Alright, I don't think we can get through that, can we? How close are we to the end? Probably put our head through. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so right outside this door is a very nice amount of space. Two stories, 2 big rooms. And then probably around the back of that and on top of it as well. Love the handling. Yeah, the handling is good. I once spent I don't know, good few sessions in this ship. Like I did a bunch of missions, I think up by Sobek and, you know, Big Dipper stars. Vector and that area there. What's it called? Alioth. There we go. Alliance space. Which we might have to go to get the Challenger. Oh, this is an interesting cockpit, I'll give it that. Especially from back here. Being at the back and looking in, I'm finding is the coolest thing to do in all the cockpits. Alright, let's have a look at the outside then. Not such a fan, actually. Wow. Yeah, it's big. It's 2 stories high, 2.5 maybe. And I do love the profile of the Courier from pretty much all angles. Very unique looking, but it has a spaceship kind of feel. It's not some weird thing like a whoa. Okay, I could lie down on this. Okay, next ship. What am I doing? I even forgot. I was saying something. Yeah, a lot of ships, they don't look very ship-like. They're a bit random. But Python and this do. Vive Pro Mk3. Okay. Alright, it's pretty much identical. Don't remember seeing this grill here. Yeah, the very first time I boosted at 800 meters per second, which by the way is about 1700 miles an hour, towards the Coriolis starport, I nearly wet my pants. It was like terrifying. I do like the material that the walls are made of. Really do, actually. Is that a screw? It looks like a screw. Like sticking out. And actually, that's what it is. sticking out a bit too much there. Wow. That's a nice place to stand, isn't it? I think I could listen to an Irish accent. I think I like it. There's so many accents that it's like I have to pick one that I like, but I always have to pick a system I like, and I like this system. I mean, who doesn't like to look at Jupiter? Who doesn't like to look at Jupiter, seriously? If you don't like to look at Jupiter, there's something wrong with you. Okay, let's go outside this door. How do we do that again? Should be getting good at this by now. So if I stand over here, I know I came quite close, but I'm going to do it properly. I'm going to do that, and then I've got a lot more wiggle room. Wow! Okay, look, these weird box things that we're still trying to identify are sideways on this one. It must be the hard points, yep. That's what I'm agreeing on. So, yeah, again, how are you going to come out of this door and not just fall there? Doesn't make any sense. There has to be like... And also it's slant, so you have to come out at least this much. Yep, they're going to have a problem to solve when they put space legs and ship designs in. But yeah, plenty of room for such a small ship. I like it a lot. This is how I picture the Millennium Falcon size, you know. You've got all kinds, you can have like a whole spiral all the way around. And like some rooms in the middle, up and down. Yeah, it's really, really, really sexy ship. I boosted after dropping from Super Cruise, forgetting I'm in the engineered Courier and nearly smacking the station in a few seconds. Yeah, I really haven't had a chance to engineer the faster ships like the Imperial Eagle and the Imperial Courier. The only one I've done actually is my Super Sidewinder, which is the first ship we started with. Wow, it's so nice to just walk up and down the cockpit. I'm here, you know, the immersion is just unreal. I'm actually in space. It's like this immersion is what inspired me to write that stupid little story I wrote about how this game is real and there's like a rift in time that David Braben and the Alliance or someone, I can't remember what I wrote, is like communicating a direct line to the future so we can control these ships through virtual reality devices, and it's basically free piloting. You can go read it. It's in the role-playing forum in the Elite forums. I really am loving pacing this ship. This is all I ever wanted from a game. I'm in heaven. Okay, let's have a look at the rear end. Yep, functional. Yeah, there was a time when it was my favorite ship for quite a long time because it's a perfect everything ship. Perfect mission runner, that's what I called it. It's like, if you want to do missions, back in the day at least, the missions have changed, so I don't know, I haven't done many missions since hundreds of changes, but back then at least, it was like the perfect thing for, you had a planetary vehicle hangar, you could easily fit like refinery if you need to, swap it out for cargo bays, you can have all kinds of scanners on it, so you can go scanning, and you can have some decent weapons and decent shields on it and still get a decent jump range. It was like the perfect bubble ship, basically. But then I got a bit bored of it. But to be honest, I'm not bored of it anymore. I might have to give it a go again. Let's have a look up from this end. Yeah. Oh, look at that. I just bent down, scratched my leg, and then when I stood up, the parallax hit me again. Thanks for watching me have so much fun. I know you're not able to have the fun or relate to it, but unless you've got VR yourself, that is. So I am quite touched that even all 7 of you, or however many are watching. Okay, next. I'm just going to see what's left, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 18. So the next ship is going to take us to the halfway point. No, this is the halfway point because there's 36 ships. So you know what? I'm definitely not going to finish, so why push myself? I think now that the ships are about to start getting quite a bit bigger, that's the perfect place to stop. So we've done all the small ships. Now, in the next video, which may not be at such a godforsaken hour, I will do the rest. So, thank you very much for watching, humans. I think I'm actually just going to play now. I think I'm going to play a little bit before I go to bed. So if any of you want to jump in the game and come meet me at Jupiter, maybe we can have some fun. Maybe we can bomb about on a planet and crash into each other and have all kinds of fun. So thanks for watching, humans. And until we meet again. I'm trying to time the end of my sentence with the stopping of the clicking, but everything's going wrong. Just pretend that there's no awkward pause here. Until we meet again.